Radio to media.
Radio 103.9 FM, live from Freetown. That's true, the last.
Indeed, Kushe and Kabo listeners, this is the Truth Ivnin Tok program where they come to you every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday from 8 to 9 p.m. And maybe they talk at Afisata Online Carding. This program can normally start at 8, but because of some technical glitches and also we guests then all show up, so that make we start later. We want to say sorry to listeners. Today, na December 3rd, where the world they celebrate or they commemorate the International Day of Persons with Disability. And this year theme na fostering inclusion. So this year theme they talk about disability inclusivity. For include people where they live with disability, for including in our societies, whether in our schools, with communities, now the south where they go for worship, and different places where they meet, even in the families. This year, I think they talk about fostering disability inclusive society for advancing social progress. We don't host one person who live with disability now the last time, and this person is a student, and they really do well. And it be mentioned something way very important. He say disability can happen to you anytime, any moment. You go there so sometimes you work fine. You know, visually impaired, you see. Sometimes just accidents no more you go get. Or something an incident you go get, a shock, a fall, a bruise, something like that where go make it go scar you for life or go change you for life. I go say, man, or say scar, it go change you for life. And that's nine the thing the way people that they live with disability they go through. And today for talk about this, the program will go monologue because we be supposed to forget Abbas say. Now, a degree holder in social work and also the graduate student with a bachelor in political science. But the person not sure because I think say maybe in our preparation making no come. And also the other person way for the shop today na Tijan Jane, but he's a visually impaired guy, not the see. So I believe say maybe Daniel go don't constrain in one way or the other way make show up and it's late now around 8, even though we don't give what's the ego calm and all. But today we've been supposed to talk about disability inside Salon. What's not the status of disability inclusion in the country? So before I go far with this discussion, this monologue where I get, I want to tell you now for say you get to live on 103.9 FM on Truth Radio. And also, if you want to contribute to the program, maybe you want to multiply the program and join me as Nami Wangre more day today at the studio they talk. You go the phone line open, you go send either a text message or you go call the number 239 if you want a part of the conversation, or you even want to go online. So, as we dey talk today, I get a short video from the Good Morning Devotion where Ibrahima Abdullahi Sherif, the Commissioner of the National Commission, for persons with disability, where be dey talk about the status of persons living with disability in the country and the challenges where the commission dey face. The commissioner be dey talk this morning regarding challenges. Be dey talk regarding the status of disabled persons in the country. And we go get that video there now as una go listen wetin the commissioner say regarding challenges wey people in the face with disability in the country and the status of people the way they live with disability in the country. We go get that video there now. After we don't get that video there now, we don't hear wetin they say. We go can continue the program.
So I start by saying we fight for address disability issues in this country for be an emergency. I dey consider as an emergency because we need for concentrate resources, madam. We need for ensure say we family, we brothers, we dey in the state of disability. Not dey because they want for dey, and the state get a responsibility for take actions for begin for improve their lives. For able for do that day, we need resources for be concentrated to this sector. And I call them an emergency. And why I call them an emergency? Because we all day a second away from being a person with disability. Just one illness, just one accident, just one shock, they make you a person with disability. So don't think about that. You know, we would do advocacy, we say, it is during the time of peace that you prepare for war. Now when you know to a person with disability, you for pay attention to the issue of disability issues. But there's one thing also not truth. You can be somebody not a person with disability, but you know somebody not a person with disability. You get a family member. And besides that, you are a potential candidate for disability issues. So what's the state of disability issues in this country generally? When I take over, I decide to start with a vision because I wanted to be guided as to what I want to do. And I call my vision the Pride Vision, Pride. That I want to engage in sustainable policy conversations. So get policies where they touch on the real lives of people with disability. But also ensure, say, ministries, departments, and agencies, and all other institutions where they work for persons with disability, make sure, say, they work around policies we first meet global standard, or secondly, also they reflect on the reality of persons with disability locally, but also ensure, say, we day on the table for getting conversation there. So that was my policy drive. So I was looking at the review of the Persons with Disability Act. I mean, look at the African Disability Protocol. When we own African component of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability, was Salon signed it. And the Marrakesh Treaty, where they talk about digitization of every document. These are key issues we need. So that's my policy drive. I believe in advocacy and I believe in engagement. I don't say sometimes it comes very slowly. And I think, say, if you don't listen to me from all starts, my message has been for Lord deal with disability issue in this country for be an emergency. Secondly, we all did a second away from being a person with disability. These are processes we want to use for prick people their mind. But look at the facts. We demand for inclusion and addressing issues about disability, not to charity. It is a good governance, it's a human right, and it's a development issue. Until we think about that at the center of what we do, we go continue to make the policies, we go continue to make the statements.
But we go advocate and make policies and statements. If money not there back for implementation.
And I think that's the point. Like I say, let the president understand, say, in vision, very good. In statements, very good. It aligns very well with what the community of persons with disability wants. But let you understand, say, the institutions who for drive in vision actually know the driver and the need for driver. Let the president understand this. And this is some of the message where I go try for make let the president understand. I am in the commission because the president believes, say, we need an institution where for drive changes around the community of persons with disability. The Minister of Social Welfare exists for provide supervision to the commission so that the dignified life of persons with disability will be touched. If not that are the vision of the president, then the president need for work with we for make sure say we get the right resources. I remember there was a time the president even talk say then go ring fence resources for the National Commission for Persons with Disability. That is best practice. Let the commission get the resources. We're not going to solve all of the problem, but let us start. A journey of 1 million miles starts with a footstep. And they say persons with disability already they below the ladder of poverty. And if we go for change that life and make sure say we begin for touch on their lives, we get for begin for allocate resources.
Welcome back, listeners. We don't get that video from the commissioner of the National Commission for Persons with Disability. We don't talk about the status of persons living with disability in the country and the challenges with the commission they face. They talk about funding, they talk about resources, and that's the commissioner don't say. And I want to say sorry to we listeners there because we guest arrived late. Now a visually impaired person. His name is Tijan Bartholomew Jane. He's a third-year student at the Faculty of Communications, Media and Information Studies. And I get for help me for talk body talk because him na person we don't get the lived experience for live with disability and I intellect in terms of inclusivity in our society. So, Tijan, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Miss Dean.
I apologize for waking late.
Yes, I'm sorry for being late because of the traffic from east to come here. I'm sorry about it. It will not repeat itself anymore.
So as we talk earlier today, na December 3rd, we commemorate International Day of Persons Living with Disability. And Tijan, the first thing I will ask you, what does inclusion mean to you?
Well, inclusion means any side we find with in a society, whether you be disabled or non-disabled or you mentally okay or not, or for the mere fact that you get serious contribution from making a society, then for bring we all on board. Because it make I remember years back where Dr. David Moninasenge roll out the radical inclusion, of which persons with disabilities be entitled to their free education books, then we can be, even visually impaired persons, then they say them get the Braille version. So all of that boils down to inclusion and me on whatnot.
Okay, so we see Disability Persons Act Day. So we want to talk about laws them where they protect disability people in the country. If you say them just step and paper no more or then they work, what do you think about that?
Well, some of them they work, but what now with serious challenge what they face. Miss Dina enter Frabe College 2022-23 academic year. Okay. Where I enter the section, which is section 14 of the Persons with Disability Act of 2011, enacted by His Lordship, the former Speaker of the House, in the person of His Lordship, the barrister Bankole Nathaniel Abel Strong. Section 14 says, I'm going to paraphrase it, I'm not a lawyer, nor am I a judge, nor am I a magistrate, but it says, every person with disability, Mr. Putka will tell you, say, underline the word, every person with disability must be entitled to absolutely free education at tertiary level. But today, since I attained university status, don't mind me, I'm speaking English because I'm not informed early. Since I attained university status, this issue of extra charges was brought forth. We have shouted and shouted. One of your colleagues here, Said, has also interviewed 3 of us of recent times. They posted it on social media. We've engaged senior players into this issue, but this issue has still not been addressed. So I am here to gently plead with the President, His Excellency President Bio, to see that this issue is being addressed. Because if it is not addressed, we'll get we will get serious, sober-minded Grand Chief beggars on the streets of Freetown who are disabled. How would you say, for heaven's sake, we should pay extra charges, which is more heavier than the tuition? Recently, when our admin officer in the person of James Abraham George went to the, is it NCTVA they call them? They said to them that, according to what I heard from a colleague of mine, that the individual at NCTVA said we are rebels because we at FBC do not pay our fees as persons with disabilities, which is forbidden by the Act. Now they are saying the new policy is saying that we should pay extra charges, but it has not been enacted by the Parliament, nor has it been tabled before the House. So why should we be pestered to be paying extra charges? As it is enshrined in the Persons with Disability Act of 2011. Then other provisions are partially working. Let me say partially. Another thing that is not working, that is in the Act, has to do with free healthcare. But when you go to Connaught, that one, I can bet my life, they will treat you free of charge, without no cost attached. Because I'm a beneficiary. When I used to get issues with my eyes, when my eyes used to pain me when I go there at eye clinic, they used to treat me free of charge. Okay. But other government hospitals are not treating this issue with seriousness at all.
So when did they respond to now? We are talking now about healthcare, like when did they respond to now? Did they do out like that dignity and respect there?
Yes, they are. Okay. Yes, then they do them. Then they do them because I remember one of my namesake, because I'm also called Al-Haji, but I'm not using it in college. I cannot be a Christian and then be called Al-Haji. Anyways, that's just an aside. He called me one day and said, yes, my bro, you've been coming here for your eyes, but how has your eyes been treating you of late? I said, well, it's still the same issue. But he used to talk to me in that respectable manner, because let me refer you to the Persons with Disability Act of 2011 again, which says every person with disability must be treated with respect and dignity. So by divine grace, one of the senior doctors at eye clinic has been doing the needful.
Okay, so you don't talk that part about healthcare. But what about the other hospital? Like, that particular clinic, they know more than they do that, or any other hospital they back as well, where then they treat you now, they respond to you now with dignity, respect, and they give you now access to free healthcare.
Oh well, for Salon, we can call urban center. Okay. Then they take money now we earn, but then they talk to we fine. Then they encourage we. Like, I remember last year, I just move away from what you ask a bit. Then we get eye clinic, free eye clinic now FBC. When a Chinese man then been come for 3 weeks. So maybe get the hopes then go operate me and will receive my sight back. But after they don't do the scan, the wait man can begin the buy me and say, boys, pass God help you, but you don't go see again. But he encouraged me to a point that I felt at home.
Okay. So now let's talk about your life as a student. Me know you personally because like I don't walk around with you in a campus, read notes with you and all. So how you lifestyle like as a student? Do you feel included?
Yes, because if I'll take you through the time where I start for attend, with beautiful, astute dean in the person of Dr. Francis Sowa, ESQ. One time where he began to teach me basic mass communication theory, I stand to be corrected, I'm sure that's the module's name. Then I stood up and said, well, Doc, you know you have a visually impaired student here. I said, boys, don't worry, I know you're here. He has been making life easy. He don't make life easy for me. Because I remember the time where I be the cry for a recorder. He give me some money, I go replace my recorder. Wow. Mr. Joseph Igbenda Kapua, ESQSF, now other kind, fine gentleman, will buy for me brand new recorder, I think at a tune of £500. But unfortunately, he overcharged na current, so he ended up for go off. But Usai have Sise and not feel included. Now the way, because Mr. Brian James, I guess he for Sabiam, he been put into groups in we final year for transit go degree. He scanned one of my company, I'm not calling him because of media ethics. He refused for include me on the list because they put me into groups for make documentary. We've been reduced my grade for broadcast and print project. So you see, but inherent of that, all other issues on campus have been included, to be frank. But last year again, last academic year, then failed for include me now one broadcast show for put together by Father William, Father Suma or Professor Nicole. But unfortunately, I be the seat was. And two of my colleagues then be no say I be the seat. So I be expect them for take excuse for me, but to no avail. So, but until there are times I can say, John, the book of John say, until you know the truth to set you free. So they ask, did I take part in the broadcast production? I said, no. You see how honest they pay? Professor Nichols seriously for include me among the one the way for benefit from continuous assessment.
Okay.
Yes.
So that they make you feel included, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel like they consider you, and consider the fact say you visually impaired and you not be able to take part in that project and you earn marks because of that.
Yeah.
So how then they make you feel? Does it make you feel special or?
Well, not special per se. Okay. All I could tell you is, Mr. Kamal can always tell my company in a class we can feel say then they give me special treatment say. The same way how then they mark Ola in Kanafisa to Dean in paper, now the same way then they mark Bartholomew Tijan Jane in paper.
Okay.
So how then they treat other papers is the same way they treat my paper. So I could tell you say, even though you're Mr. Kamal, one time you can forget say get disabled person. Sorry, you can forget say get visually impaired person. We can talk on one time. I know they talk on here for defamation. God forbid, I'm a pastor, I'll not do that. But I pray say God go to bring and come to remembrance. Because recently,
remember you, eh?
Yes, recently, it been given coursework assignment. Sorry, coursework. We say for write on a particular issue. But because my computer been get small challenges, he say, well, anything I want for submit, I can submit. So you see how then they encourage we?
Okay.
The only distinction is this, is that where we do on campus, then they treat we all as one.
Okay.
Because I remember vividly well, the time where I come from, no say, Mr. Bar self been there up with we. They not treat him because they not treat him specially because he's a journalist. No way.
So Bartholomew, what I want to ask now, like regarding communities, the South side you now, do you feel included in a community? You can interact with people them that long?
Yes, I can interact. The only problem we have got now that the Gifangio, the Techepole and a very they in high esteem. To a point that some man want for know about you, but no one really know about them.
I see.
But I'll not go into that too much. You know what I mean?
I understand. Yeah, put her in a more professional lens, so it will make like you know possibly they do communications, so they study about media. So you go put her in a more professional lens, so we go find for the audience for you. How intellect for you in your community do you feel included? Let me say, for instance, when it comes to like maybe discussions with company young man them, or that thing they regarding maybe talk, then thing and they know more. How intellect for you?
Well, yes, I can feel included because they know say me as somebody well lettered, and they go through the crucibles of academia at a very reputable university. So I don't engage in certain discussions, thinking I go and my teacher, Mr. Suma, I want to tell God thank you for your life. Where been enlist me for scholarship some 6 years back. The time I've been there high school. So you see, I'm really encouraged at my community. The only problem no matter where I get, one can go to a junction and money for go take transport. Oh my goodness.
Nadia, I will ask you, how accessible public transport link is it for you?
Well, at times it can be difficult, but you can get some serious, sober-minded driver them. We can take me at times, they ask me for 1 cent.
Wow.
Yeah, one time I even did go Jewel for go blind school, for go blind school. But that day the motka been difficult for get, so I cross go Jewel. The Waterloo motka where I take. When I reach Jewel, now the apprentice say, "Oh, say me man, when a young man, you know forgive me, now me forgive you." Now talk to me and I say, "Boy, now you money." Pass if you say, "Well, all I'm on, I want money from you." So I make that fun day, but I don't take money na me. Now instead say cross me go load me na Jewel motoka for pursue me journey. But at times it can be very tedious because one time they quiz me to a fault that the computer one be they use them broke inside my bag.
Wow.
Because I try for tell them say the one we been came me go. They say this not blind person now let go. Password don't enter now. Then begin say sorry. So myself now vex is it's a mean. My emotion when tempers rise. But then by me then try for calm me down.
Okay, Tijan. So what about, you asked both for public transport and buildings, like for buildings, they can get long step them, and especially soon after be calling and sometimes they can say, una get class building by the mosque, una get class maybe EJ Hall, Kennedy building, we get boku step there, and students, let's say for instance, you get an exams, you get class for go, or they say for go to the amphitheater, library. How intellect for you?
Well, God can make life so simple in the words of my elder brother, Dr. Zoa. Where I can meet up people them like you kind, we can get the patient for say, hey, steps, flat ground, so that communication they can help me for move on freely. But inherent to that, we never take class na Kennedy building yet, but EJ all, say you get steps them, but the one them where I want to advocate them for today, and the one they where they on wheelchair and where they use crutch, if not so then call them. Say then for make ram for them. Where they can just roll the crutch or then chair them straight up. But unfortunately, that has not been the case. So I want to plead with the new DVC, I think Professor Bayo, for bring that forth so that issue be addressed. But for me, I'm comfortable.
So in your community, do you ever feel, let me say, discriminated in any way?
Yes, but I try for explain situation to them, then begin season for they accept me. This Africa in general, Sierra Leone in particular, this issue of discrimination, not so one day they wipe them out. Because if I may take you back to 2011 when they passed the Persons with Disability Act, I don't know how to define discrimination, but let me forget about that, not the question that you asked me. Discrimination is something where they make you go take to mind to a point that you begin to think of suicide. But my community is a different kettle of fish. They never discriminate me that much. They've been starting, but I try for knock some sense into their brain. We make them serious for include me into certain things.
Okay, for make a more inclusive society, I see. So listeners, we'll go for a short commercial break and we will come back.
You know, say this Christmas celebration I get for sweets, Lifan gets one big surprise for all the loyal customers.
Wait, Not to that Lifan Christmas bonanza where they see all over the place you they talk about. I see them say when you buy any Lifan Okada for just 18,500 millions, or them Lifan tricycle na any brand from Freetown to Kenema or Makeni, you they get one free raffle ticket for the grand row will go happen live inside January.
Yes, so one bike equals to one ticket. The more you buy, the more tickets and chance you get for win.
And the price them where I see them sweet so you can win 5 brand new Lifan Okada, 10 higher TVs, 10 Kovacs generators, 10 higher refrigerators, and 10 higher freezers.
A total of 45 lucky winners go win across the 3 branches. So make sure say you not left out at this promotion, Yaso.
Go now, na the nearest Lifan branch na either Freetown at 24 Main Motor Road Congo Cross, or Kenema na 65 Hanger Road, or Makeni na 24 Lontaro. Or call the number 077 360 000 for buy you brand new Lifan motorbike for just 18,500 millions, or you find Lifan tricycle and get ready for celebrate big this Christmas season.
Lifan Christmas Bonanza. Buy, win, and celebrate.
All man get the rights, all man get the voice. Now we IDPD, make we stand, make we.
The Ministry of Social Welfare, in collaboration with the National Commission for Persons with Disability, Sierra Leone Union on Disability Issues, organizations of persons with disabilities, and our development partners, join the world to celebrate the International Day of Persons with Disabilities on the 3rd December at the Miata Conference Car Park, UE Building in Freetown. This event will be marked by advocacy on the rights and privileges of persons with disabilities in relation to the Persons with Disability Act and the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability, the Amman Berlin Declaration, and other declarations that Sierra Leone is a signatory to.
So, what will happen on this day?
On the 3rd, the day itself, we will have the celebration starting with a wheelchair parade in the morning. Then the event itself with speeches and commitment from the government and our development partners, followed by a panel session on the rights and privileges of persons with disabilities with ministries, departments, and agencies. Then a talent exhibition and fashion show, music, dance, and drama.
Is that all?
Not at all. On the 4th of December, we are partnered with the UN Women to have a very informative and engaging town hall session exclusively on women with disabilities.
Together, let us amplify the leadership of persons with disabilities for an inclusive and sustainable future.
Inclusive society.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. This is not the Ivnin Tok program where we come to you every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday from 8 to 9 p.m. and me with the talk, and I've started online carding. We don't be joined by Abbas in the studios today. Today we'll talk about disability. We'll talk about inclusion, disability inclusion. And we get Abbas winner in turn with the tripartite legislative committee, and also the plan for graduating and the graduates tomorrow. I want to say congratulations in advance to her. And also I want to say welcome to the program, Abbas.
Thank you, and I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay. So Abbas, we will talk me and battalion register. So I want to ask from your point of view, what does disability inclusion mean?
Well, for putting in clear terms, I believe say disability inclusion now we are in the state not only recognize persons with disability, but also we are practically involved and engaged in national development politics, in every sphere of development or social actions in Sierra Leone. So us being incorporated into it, and as well as, like Chief Minister always can say radical inclusion, that is one of the basic steps to have to say inclusion mean when it comes to speaking of involving persons with disability into developmental issues, yeah.
Okay, Abbas, so let's talk about policies, the laws then. Like, for instance, provisions then are the Disability, Persons with Disability Act. If you say government law, then where they protect disabled people, and then they work fine, or then just they pan paper?
It's obvious, because Sorry, obviously, Salon, my country, where for the most part, we have beautiful laws and policies. When you look at them, you read them in black and white, you feel like this is actually what a country or nation need for their, development to take place. But in actual fact, it is not being effected or been implemented for the most part. It has been one that we've suffered with, especially us that are students. We try for at least involve more into national development as well as empowering ourselves. So to answer your question, simply put, is that no, nothing like that is being actualized. Like, we don't feel these policies being to be, like, how would you feel say that they talk about these papers, especially the Disability Act, where in fact for me one of the key documents then I feel say government officials for really respect when it comes to our issue. Yeah.
Okay, so we've been playing a video just now of the commissioner for the National Commission for Persons with Disability. I want to know the interaction with them. They don't help in any way. If yes, how they don't help so far?
The commission, now one of the most crippling institutions in our Salon. It is something I've spoken about, or I don't write about several times on social media, because this an institution where basically we feel say responsible for cater for our welfare and also be the bridge towards the gap or the experience, as persons with disability, especially for they able to communicate with feelings and our needs to the government. But in actual fact, the common phrase they will always tell you when you go with them with complaints or issues relating to students with special needs in particular, they will always tell you they cannot buy the hands that feed them. And that, I feel like, now one of the most misplaced phrase we can always use, because if you're saying that, it means you don't even know what your delegation or what you're supposed to do. You never know, because we are who you are supposed to serve. You're being placed there because of us. So I always tell them there are so many things you can do where will make the government even put more respect to your name and your office than you feeling like you should always just be a stooge, someone that will just control whatever or however they want to control you. So yeah.
Okay, so you na person living with disability, and I want to ask, like, what are you facing at the current state of disability inclusion at the country?
It is not growing at all now. For me, it's stagnant. Like we start just now, you say if these policies then they actually they take effect. It's just like that. So now they are also trying to develop a policy wherein they include persons with disability in parliament, at least 2% of persons with disability. As women too, they don't increase their percentage and other groups. But you see that these are just beautiful or colorful policies, but in actual fact, nothing is happening. Like we just hear, if you check in offices that you found out, say, you will not book office, then in a salary go meet persons with disability. It's not that we know they apply. It's not that we know they try for make ourselves be useful, but for the most part, they think they cannot cater for us, which is in fact discriminatory and go against everything the act they therefore. So yeah, pretty much we're just being stagnant, nothing is happening, and we don't feel the change in any way, shape or form.
Okay, so how about the progress nowadays when it comes to inclusion, disability inclusion at the country? The status is stagnant, they go before, no progress. So there's this perception people get about people that would live with disability, especially the physically challenged one day where they can in our streets they big. Most people as they see, like, anytime when they see person like get disability, that are kind perception and they get saying na for can big, na for this, na for that. So let I go first to you, Tijan. Waiting now you see on that day.
Well, yes, now to go. But one time, with this thing no money, man. I think on 3 occasions, people then they meet me at they say, wait for me quick, man, wait for me quick. Then at the quiz, the one where they go let me. I say, Mogo. He say, you don't know what they call it for, but go no. And he no want. Because you see me dressed gorgeously going to college, giving me 2 millions as if I'm a beggar. Well, this will be done, they say. It is factual. People not still get the awareness, say, not all disabled can be beggar man. You know, this is bad. This is disgusting, appalling, perplexing, and annoying. So, with the press, then Sierra Leonean they will get this kind of perception go change for the better.
What about you, Abbas?
So yeah, pretty much this now stereotype we don't live from time memorial. You know, they think, say, when they see you in the streets, especially if you're physically challenged, then say you're not a bigger man. And I will say this for a fact that most of the time, then people that are in the streets, not even their choice. You know, and it can just happen, say, the people, like the government who are responsible for actually create empowerment programs them and also help them people that have to actually learn and do something, they need to give them the chance for let them deal at that space there. You know, for the most part, you found out that, you know, that stereotype they notice something where particularly I'm not proud of them, right? Because I've been in the streets before, I've begged in Freetown before when I was young. So this goes to prove that if I was there and I'm able to leave that space and decide that, you know, I want to do good with my life and go to school and empower myself, I believe that so everybody where they out there, they think. It's just unfortunate that most of them, the chance or the opportunity not meet them for letting them able to learn. You know, how you did not host, you not get nothing for it, nothing, and the least you can do now for go big, because if you're not big again, you don't know how she die. No one will come and help you. That's the Sierra Leone we're living today. For the most part, it's not even their choice. And I feel like it's been something we don't go on for so long, and I feel like government should be able to do something about it. It's about time they create programs and you know, empowerment events then for letting help such people. We are not the only people going out there in the street to beg, but for the most part now, then they throw that particular stereotype, which again is discriminating and bad. You know, so it's not our fault. I believe the governments have a whole lot of responsibility to do if they want to see a lot of these people out of there. Because if I'm able to be there and today I'm here, it's because of I was given the opportunity and the chance to. So they too deserve equally the same opportunity and chance. Yeah, so that now it's how I feel about these people out there in the streets.
Okay, so thank you very much. We've been host Abu Biemko Naya instead of 9 persons living with disability. So he graduates today, with first class degree. So Abu say in they encourage the one they within a state, especially the one that we can do something with it and for make the learn skill. Okay, if governments not provide maybe for everybody, because sometimes not all man go get the opportunity, but for yourself, in say the idea to them for make the land for do something. Men and not just sit on so or just get that way them call the scene for go big no more, because even though they live with disability, he able go school, he able do something for himself. So now the same way he say you able for do, and so it encourage them for do, so not just depend on government. And the video we play earlier on today with the commissioner be the talk, now they took money devotion, we say resources no the funding no boku. Now you make them get them constrained then for implement certain thing them. So over to you, Tijan. If you talk additional about the health sector, first you praise Saola, say we na the good, they encourage you na, they treat you now with dignity and respect, but some other side they don't feel like that. So what if you say na the health sector waiting for improve, for give better service to people that already live with disability?
Thank you so much. There are a few things we may feel say government for put in place for strengthening the health sector. One, especially cannot, even though they encourage we, certain sector they not all side, because certain side and we go, if you not show money, they not be seen by you. Then can tell me say if you keep money with you, so the right thing will be done. But now, government need forget certain people them when they train how to handle disabled cases of persons who are when are patients then when they live with disabilities. You know, I'll tell you, we have been the blind school. We get sick bay. In fact, the sick bay still did it. Nurse then can do the way they attend to we. Even if you go there, you feel depressed, then they advise you. I remember nurse then like Nurse Salon, the late, so Miss Nurse Clarkson, Nurse Campbell, Nurse Mansari, etc. The list goes on and on. So if them people then they still there, then can bring them on board. Now there various hospitals there, so then go serve as disability coordinators. Because Nurse Campbell, when I've been the third nurse where I left in a blind school, the time we did it, they've been so loving to a point that they encourage them for the teaching at the school. Because they get this passion for persons living with disabilities. So if they can bring, because right now in a Pendembo hospital they work.
Okay.
If they can bring them on board, well then let's say Nurse Salon then send them come out for them at the major side them. Nurse Clarkson go let's say cottage if not so then call it. Then this mother man, Nurse Campbell and Nurse Mansari then send the other side when a government hospital them. I think then go make disabled people then feel belong when then they go for treatment.
Okay, they don't treat you with care, so if you say like them for put them kind people in there, how about like for train people and for give them the awareness about how for treat people with respect, dignity, whether or not you physically challenged or you live with disability, because at any time you can become possible to live with disability. I can do so many normal ones, something will happen, I don't know. And that guy will be they repeatedly talk about Abu BM. He's a good guy though. Now I make Adek talk about her over and again. And we get even a short video for ourselves. We'll get for can play later. He say they're not born out with disability. It's small, nice something doing and since then you know be able for you know able to recover from that, so it become person living with disability. Now they name be happy. So I believe say we for treat we all with mutual respect, dignity, not necessarily me say because I live with disability and not for being included. Inclusivity key in our society. We for learn for tolerate we safe. And to some family then they like then they can get speaking then maybe you get this way, maybe they say disabled. They say this year the way them call one. And so the guy be talking at the last time, they get it way okay. They treat and fine, the other one they not give too much attention. Yeah. So to you first, Abbas, before they ask Tijam, how family then go give more support for disabled people than inside the host.
This discrimination firstly always starts from the family unit, because now you come on, now you belong as a person with disability, right? So the fact that discrimination don't begin to happen at the home, you will always feel like even when you're out there, when you're not being threatened with that kind of situation, you feel intimidated. And then in one of the key factors where you go always found among persons with disabilities, say because of the family orientation about persons with disability, can always lead we forget low self-esteem. Because if you home where you grow up, not able to tell you say regardless of your situation you're special, regardless of your situation you are able to do this, and allowed you for even thrive in your position for do certain things at home. Because again, discrimination can come in different form. At times it can even come in a positive way, where they're not care. Because for the most part, if you're a disabled person at times in homes, so mama they sorry for him picking say, Alan do nothing at homes, Alan get involved with in company for play, Alan go now social public, Alan involved parties, out of fear say then go treat on this kind of way. Indirectly, you are also helping you destroying the person, because the person will end up for grow up being public phobia and all used for the public, or talk to people in public, or able for presenting himself or talk about things that we go through. So the family units now the background stage down the way I feel say if you're belonging to a family and then treat you right, you notice some people with disability can end up going just fine and able to adapt and do things, and they can be in public places, you never know they are disabled except they say it. Or they can be disabled, you can see, but you don't feel like they are disabled. While some people, because of the nature of the family and the way that they treat this person so bad. I have a friend who is also graduating tomorrow. He's visually impaired. Now all they do law. So now that person then discriminates and totally because they see again. So they feel like had a bad egg in the family. Nobody supports him. In boy, then go thief him property. Then go talk. Then go do this. So it don't grow up with the understanding that everybody is bad. You understand? So for them even associate and therefore take time trusting people and all. So the home units get so much difficulties and negative impacts when it creates to we than even out there. Where now topic where for the most part is not being loudly and talked about like other topics. Parents, even the papa not even care, they taking responsibility to you than like to the others, because if you say you're weak, you are the weaker person. And in the most part, we need, as persons with disability, we just need to be given a reason, say you can do this. Because we always see, for me personally, I always see something as a challenge. The fact that then give me this, say you able to do them, or can you do this? I feel like I'm being challenged for proof of point. So we always want to prove a point. So if you get a family where they support and back such people, it helps them to actually thrive when they come out there. Because I tell you, the world is not a fair place. It's never, even you are complete, but the world not they play fair with you. Talk less now is for me. So if the family really able master that art, therefore take care of people with disability in the family setting, it will mean so much. It will mean so much good for them than even being out there, because now they begin to understand. Say, I'm special. I'm able to do this. I'm not being seen or looked at different. So I believe nobody should look at me different. But if the minute I believe, say, I'm different in my family and I cannot sum up to anything. When I go out there, I feel the same. So yeah, that is very crucial and important for the family really respect and understand the dynamics of dealing with us, especially at home setting.
That's a very powerful submission. Easy really, because like if you take and say this, now the first part, now they for land me for do this, now they for and it happen and carry within day. It's really, I wonder I go tell like for you now outside the family zone. So to you, Tijan, what do you give us say about this family the way they can look like a little bit discriminatory, or whether in the positive way they mentor too much, or in the negative way say this na the weaker person, na the my pikin or na my brother or my sister, how they can treat person with a level disability. What you see na the support where they go give to pikin or person with a level disability na the state.
Now, me na a practical example. Let me say this. Because me born in this situation, but later on I can't understand say now because of negligence make me I end up for poil. So me let maybe they cry day and night because of my situation. Then chemical, so then for chemical. But where I begin grow, my granny of blessed memory, I got gang good God. Now in support me to Akan College. That mommy they use all it can in resources for make her become other become today. But unfortunately, not going for see me graduation because it didn't adopt it now. But by the way, also I know more people in this see say me granny not been they try. Because certain things then they way I can want for do like cook, they not be they teach me for cook. And say, I go can cook for we like back bokus on the rice or plazas. I say no, try me and see. Because disabled ladies then they way they cook perfectly. Where they cut plazas, peel fish, make and fine. But in this way setting, with me family, I don't know for others, but my own family, so renege on a particular statement say, when once you don't be disabled, nothing they come out of Israel.
Wow.
But if you go to the scriptures, Jesus say, God first, family second, self last. But if we family, like me on, they discriminate me to a point that they pay for me college fees like we government on the like we certain people then the government they insist say we for pay extra charges. Family they come in for support me that side. Then they are being discriminated to the highest ebb. There was a time last year on 4 to 5 occasions, one may auntie another calling name for security reasons to protect media integrity and media ethics. What you can say? What can ask and say, auntie, how go do for me college issue? He say, well, since you don't bigger to people in the church, continue for bigger. Wow. Then they give you, let you go arrange your school issue. For now, I'm not going to support you. How would you say that? We na him be don't talk to they say, we my mama be don't die, my mama still there, we na him. We for the see the need in them, for the be joyous for say yes. Because I tell you, we let head teacher na blind school, Mr. Campbell. It tell me something one time we thinking can't kiss you don't pick because last year I almost drink poison.
Wow. Because
I've been discriminated for me to get scholarship. I almost drank poison. Recently, I take my papa go Usa for Kango. Let them go advise and say, you picking them with the university now, you nas it. And I even be simple way. You get 3 picking them. Now, I'm not the only disabled person in my family. Sorry, where they go school? Because my uncle, when himself now physically challenged, and stepmama discriminated and not grip pay for a level sit all level for pursue in cause. So you see how dangerous and dreadful people are in our families today. But thankfully, one boy where they graduate tomorrow, where they read law, Abdullah Mbangwa, and LC Agbaji, where they Hastings, and then they give me words of courage and say, Baba, this is not the end of your life. Continue to strive. Because my head teacher said, do not allow society to handicap you. This statement is deep. Because if maybe allow society for handicap me, now from where I young, I don't stop for attend school. Because my granny maybe they go left me, they cry, you don't go take care of me, picking because I'm body home. I don't bring a car, you don't get my maya, you don't get papaya. Now Impa Campbell call her one day and say, Paddy, you know they can't all them. All to go make this picking no go able and book. So then they get for give me granny the confidence they are there in good hands. But the time they will be the grab up with the blind school, then teach we learned in the hard way because we been get disciplinary measures that they take against we. Not to say not bad them being bad, and for let we become productive in our society.
That's true, Susan. Sorry, Tijan. That's true, Tijan. I just want to encourage you, say, we get any thoughts we get for the any societal thoughts, Just like how you talk now, you don't do well, and myself always on I admire you, are proud of you because I don't deal with you so many times when we talk about media theories and all, and you are so intelligent, and that I believe that one thing for keep you going, the fact that you really intelligent, like how you talk my community lettered, and you take part in certain conversation, they really make people say yes up there, and communication student. I believe say that's all, if for like how you say you're a Christian, if you trust God, put in hope on God. Not also because a particular scholarship no come your way for make you get anything. Anything with life towards you, Tijan. Just get the conviction, say God day, okay? So nobody gets suicidal thoughts, okay? So now we want to take the video of Abu BM. When we will talk about disability now, we will get a short video quick and we will wrap up the program. Youth advocate for disability rights and inclusion. So Abu, welcome to the studio. Welcome to the program.
Yes, thanks Truth Media. I really appreciate for the platform. It's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, so the first thing I want to ask, I want to make you share a bit about your personal journey. Watin make you become a youth advocate for disability rights and inclusion? Watin ignite that in you?
Yes, good evening. My name Abu BM Kroma. I'm finally a student. Now IPAM, we can graduate with a first class honors. Yes, I'm not born with this disability, I guess. get inspiration from the very day when this thing happened to me, like Watin can follow me the talk. All man liable for become a disabled. Within a minute, he can become a disabled. He can be able-bodied somebody now. Within a minute, he don't become a disabled. So the first thing I realize, see, this thing don't happen. I never accept them first. That's the first thing. You never accept. Say you not disabled. But for day in mind, he put up himself and say this thing don't happen. So I try for encourage myself, being go school, people and they discriminate me, they bully me, but I don't give up. I never give up based on what thing they do, because I get some inspiration there in me. Like I can always tell myself, the greatest disability is in the mind, not in the body. Yeah. So if you allow yourself, your mind become disabled, finally you are done.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you get for keep your head up, put yourself at that level there. Let people even doubt, this person, they like this boy and they do this, so you understand,
Exactly.
So I try very hard for keep my head up, put myself there. See other people they do, how they do, they're okay. Even they in a college, how do I get good grades? Some lecturer there, so they get a discriminatory sense. They say that boy we get our hand and can force by the subject.
Wow, that's how they refer to it.
Yeah, you understand,
Yeah.
But I don't say my mind not disabled.
Exactly.
You understand? I don't agree for accept. Say because of me not disabled, so I for totally back down. Say no. I get like I try for tell you. I get Bokuti the way they inspire me, way they motivate me for that they go like this. The other thing as well, in life you can achieve anything you want to achieve if only you work towards it. And also they inspire me. Then the last one, I get this motivation as well. I can always tell my colleagues then, they're around even at class, say in life, you have to aspire for the desire you admire. Don't retire, even when people conspire.
Wow.
Because you are a messiah, not a Goliath. So always I need to keep me moving, like what you can follow the talk. Even when I okay, now they find challenging.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, people then go must talk. So I see a lot of people around when I physically challenge people. Tell them, no give up. Go university. Alhamdulillah, God don't make them easy for me. And then at the act disability act say anybody physically challenged can go to any government university, therefore take you.
Wow. Well, that's great. I know do you reformer. You what you say before aspire for become what you desire. Yes, even when people conspire. So if you live with disability or you have a person live with disability, not a thing where you look down on yourself for. But they say like you're able for do one. So last one, so me guess them. I will start with Abbas, quick one. How Salon go join the global efforts for make society an inclusive one?
Well, that should all start, especially when they talk about globalization and inclusion. I feel like say Salon for take the lead also for ensure say we become active participants in international laws and policies where relate to inclusion of everybody, especially persons with disability, and also we should have our institutions there where they regulate these policies to implement them. Also encourage every government office or corporate or private institution for let them ensure say them push issues relating to inclusion, and government should always be the lead towards that. So in doing that, I believe one of the major steps that the new government for make, and also not only participating in that, also involving us in practical sense, where we need to feel the inclusion in itself, because if our present government is boasting of radical inclusion, is boasting of free quality education, these are all active steps to ensure that everybody is involved in growth or the national development as the country. So these are things that should be respected and should be felt by every individual in Sierra Leone, especially students with special needs too, because my brother rightfully they talk now how governments don't change most of the laws that will be there, or the rights that will be there enjoy, which are not even privileges. Yeah, right now we have to pay extra charges. We pay graduation fee, and me, since I've been a student, I can boastfully say nothing or the way governments don't do. We go show say yes, these people they are students with special needs, but this is how we've helped them in their academic pursuit. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, especially in Fabi College, because now they don't go and now they don't experience what it means to be a student with special need. So yeah, that is basically what I would say.
Okay, so how about it, Tijan? Quick one, make it snappy. How Salon go join global efforts for make society inclusive and progressive?
Well, the only thing is, let them bring we all on board, whether disabled or non-disabled, because we have got parts for playing in society, and we important in society. Now, that quote quickly from a mentor. That man, they are always the reminiscent in any facet of life. We're not Dr. Divitan Bayo. The time we be doing a monologue program, maybe one sign off and go into politics. What is it? He say, if you're not carpenter, you're not mason, you're not fisherman, whatever occupation you find yourself, you are important in society. You idle or you not idle, you're still important. Because waiting reach for change leadership, now we then they come to win at the grassroots for go make them. Then secondly, let then they monitor MDS them for season for they take disabled issues then seriously. I think that will help for do some good when it comes to global whatnot in the world as a whole.
I want to say plenty thank you to my guest today for the invaluable contribution they will make towards the topic and towards the program. And I also want to say plenty thank you to listeners that waited on day with me for the past 1 hour. And I want to say plenty thank you to my producer Alpha Gani Jane Motulani, technical team, DJ Muski, Wesi Kamara, and Sumana Sise, Simon Kusa. I want to say plenty thank you. The Truth Evening Talk program will continue on Friday with another hot topic. Stay glued. My name is Nafisa Tola Inkadin, and I want to say tata.